Hi guys, this is Miss Cry with Syracuse Academy of Science and Citizenship. Happy Friday! We're going to talk about simple machines today. What is a simple machine? A simple machine is a tool that uses force to make work easier. And remember, force is a push or pull on an object. So it's a tool that uses pushing or pulling to make a job easier. A ramp, also known as an inclined plane, is a simple machine with a slanted surface. So this picture is an example of this slanted surface or a ramp. A lot of times we could see this at a skate park. A lever is a simple machine that consists of a bar that rests on a fulcrum or a point that does not move. So this circle in the middle of the scissors is called the fulcrum. It's the point that stays in the same spot no matter what. It helps the lever do its job. A wheel and axle work together to make a simple machine. And finally, a pulley is a simple machine that has a rope or a cable that goes over a wheel to help do its job. A ramp. What is a ramp? A ramp is a simple machine with a slanted surface. The other word for it is an inclined plane. Ramps help people and things move between higher and lower places. Some common ramps we see include moving ramps. So those would be escalators. It helps you move up and down. Disability accessible ramps. So if someone has to use a wheelchair to get around, it is so much more helpful than taking the stairs if these people can use ramps so they can wheel their wheelchair up and down the ramps. And slides on a playground, which we see most often when we're at school or we're at a park with a playground. So when you're on a slide next time, you can look at it and tell whoever you're with that you're looking at a ramp. It takes a lot of force to lift and move something heavy, but it's much easier to push it up a ramp. It is much harder to move things up steeper ramps or ramps that go up higher, just as it is harder for people to walk up a bigger or steeper hill. So, if you guys have ever tried to walk up a steep hill, it takes your breath out a lot quicker than if you're just walking on flat land, because when we're walking on flat land, our weight is distributed evenly. But when we are trying to climb a really, really tall hill, we're trying to push our entire body weight up just as we're walking. So you can see in this picture, there's a person just trying to walk up a hill, but she's got a stick too. So that stick, you're going to dig into the ground while you're walking, and it's going to help you move up easier. Levers. What is a lever? A lever is a simple machine that consists of a bar that rests on a point that does not move. Remember, this point is called a fulcrum, the circle in the middle. It never moves. Levers help lift heavy loads. So this is a machine that has a lot of area to lift up whatever it is it needs to lift. A seesaw is a classic example of a lever. So when you're on a seesaw, it's going to go up and down, but force has to be applied to one side and it's pushed down. And when that is pushed down, the other side is going to lift up. And then when you're lifted up, you're going to want to push yourself down. So you go down to the ground and your friend lifts up. So it's best if you have an even amount of weight, because if you're with someone who's much bigger than you or much smaller than you, it's going to be a lot harder to seesaw up and down. Any tool that opens something loose is a lever, like a bottle opener. So this is going to pry it open. Prying means opening something up, and that's going to be a lever, just like a bottle opener. Scissors and staplers are common items that use levers. Wheel and axles. What are wheel and axles? A wheel turns around a rod called an axle. A wheel and axle can help move things faster, easier, and also help things turn. So you can see this wheel and axle right here. The axle is this middle part. It looks like a rod or a stick, and it's in the middle of two wheels on either side. So the wheels are the circles. The axle is going to be in the middle attached to both wheels. Carts, skateboards, roller skates, bikes, and cars, and a lot of others use wheel and axles. Even a doorknob. So when you have twisty doorknobs like this, the wheel is going to be what you turn, and the axle is going to be attached to the door inside of the knob, and it's going to help the doorknob turn. This is a skateboard. The wheels you can see there's 4 wheels, 2 on the left side, 2 on the right side, and in the middle, this blue part is the axle. So the wheels have to be attached to the axle in order for the skateboard to turn. This is the bottom of a roller skate. Axles, again, are similar to the skateboard that we saw, except a lot smaller. The axles are black this time in the middle of 2 white wheels on either side. Heavy things can be difficult to push across a surface and can require a lot of force or a lot of pushing and pulling. If you add wheels to the bottom, it becomes much easier to do. So these pictures that you see, you could see there's wheels on every single one of these. And without them, you definitely would have a tough time moving these things around. So wheels help move heavy things. Wheels and axles can act as fulcrums too. Remember, fulcrums are points that do not move. A wheelbarrow can lift and carry very heavy items using wheels as rotating fulcrum points. So the wheels, they do move around and around, but they're not going to go anywhere. It's just going to help you move this wheelbarrow to and from different places. Pulleys. What is a pulley? A pulley is a simple machine that has a rope or cable that goes over a wheel. So in this picture, you can see the wheel is up here at the top and the rope is hanging over it. So at the bottom of the rope, there's going to be, it looks like a piece of gold. This is called the weight or the load. It's going to try to go down as much as it can until you try to pull the rope and lift that load up. So you pull on a rope to make the load go up. You can also connect pulleys together, creating a combined pulley that requires less than half the force required to lift up the load. So the more pulleys you have, the less the weight is going to feel. So it's going to feel lighter and lighter if you use more and more pulleys. Clotheslines, flagpoles, and blinds use pulleys. This is an example of a clothesline that's outdoors instead of using a dryer. And then we have the flagpole. The pulley is up top. The load or the weight would be the flag. And then the force you're going to apply is pulling on the rope. So you're going to pull it to bring the flag up or pull it to bring the flag down. And then these are blinds or window shades. You pull on a string to make the window shades go up or go down. Combining simple machines can also make work easier. Any 2 or more simple machines put together are known as compound machines. Many machines are compound machines. A crane uses levers, wheels and axles, and many pulleys to lift up heavy objects. So you can see at the bottom of this machine are the wheels and axles, and then you've got the pulley up at the top and the lever down at this silver part. It looks like a hook. This will be the lever part. So there's a lot of cool simple machines all around us, and even bikes have multiple simple machines.